I'm Kathryn Dadarrio. I was an English and psychology double major. I graduated in 2013 and I am currently the development coordinator at JDRF, formerly known as Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. JDRF is the #1 funder of type 1 diabetes research. So we do that through our walk, our gala, our ride, and Kids Walk program. So I assist in the logistics and the planning of the walk and the gala. I also get volunteers for the office and volunteers for the events as well. I've grown to like the fact that I've never really had a slow day at JDRF. I'm always doing something. I'm going from one task to the next. I'm constantly moving, and at first that was very challenging, doing 1, 2, 3 tasks at once and trying to still do other things at the same time with the phone ringing and the email dinging. But I've grown to really like it, and at the end of the day I feel like I get a lot done, and I've definitely been better at it. You know, just taking my time, doing things one thing at a time. I've learned that haste makes waste. That's like my motto. I say it all the time. But you do have a little bit of control over that. When things start to pile up, you can kind of take a step back and do what you need to do first, prioritize, and I'm definitely happy with how that's turned out. Definitely, I spend the most time on communicating. A lot of the decisions that we make at JDRF, one person can't really make. So it's a lot of relaying ideas from one person to the next. For instance, we have a gala coming up and we have our gala chair, we have honorees, we have volunteers, we have my executive director, and a lot of that, the decisions that we make and the things that we come up with are these ideas. We have to sort of go back and forth and figure out what we're gonna do. So staying in constant communication is just so key, and that's usually what I'm doing, whether it's calling them, sometimes on the weekend, emailing them, texting. We're always talking and we're always trying to figure something out. So I think that organization is a huge component of being successful, and to stay organized and to not sort of, kind of what I went back to before, haste makes waste, to sort of take a step, take a moment to just do what you need to get done, and definitely setting smaller goals to get to your big goal. You may have one big task that you want to get done at the end of the day or the end of the week. Chances are that one task has a lot of several steps that get to it. So you really need to lay those out and make sure that you do them first. So when I first went to UConn, I started working at the Writing Center, and that gave me a lot of confidence in speaking with people and kind of working one-on-one with people, especially strangers. That's a lot with what I do. We have people coming in and out of the office all the time, whether they have a child who's recently diagnosed with type 1 and wants some materials, or we have a volunteer who just wants to help. So that definitely helped there. I also joined a sorority my junior year, and that also made me very outgoing and comfortable, and I have a really great support system now. We're always in communication. I've actually reached out to a few of them to help me with volunteering, and they've actually interned at our office too, so it's been a really, really great support. After I graduated, I went to a recruiter actually, and he had found a job for me in an insurance company, and I was there for about 8 months and I really liked it. I learned so much, certain things that you really can't learn in a classroom, like office norms, you know, how little things work, like meetings, and you know, you also learn all about yourself, how you like to work at an office, you know, what your needs are, and what sort of environment that you feel comfortable in, and that was great. I also learned how to fax, which is just little things like that, like you just never, you know, it's little, all these things that just come up that you never thought twice about, but you have to learn how to do at some point. So it was great, and I actually got offered a full-time position there, and I was really excited to take it, but then there was an opening at JDRF, and I had worked with JDRF in high school. I had a teacher whose wife worked there, so we did a lot of volunteering, went to the walks, and it was just an organization that was close to my heart. So I applied there, and I've been there for a little over a year, and it's wonderful, and I love it. I think that a lot of people are very nervous when they graduate, when they're going to their first interview, when they're starting their first job, and if there's one thing I can say, it's that whoever you're working with, completely understands the position that you're in, that you don't have a lot of experience, that you're fresh out of college, and that they understand, and there is no silly question like how to fax something. They completely get it. And having a career in nonprofit or a career for the common good, one of the things that happens is it does get very stressful sometimes. There's a lot of data and information being passed your way, and one of the things that I like to do, and I think is really beneficial, is to sort of go back to what your mission is, your organization's mission. Read some stories of people that you've helped, of things that you've done that have benefited society or the world or people, and it will really give you the motivation to kind of just keep going forward and like bust through that rut that you're in, and it's really great, and I do it all the time.